Hi, I'm Karen from Perfect Day with Karen, and welcome to this video. So this video is going to be about why you should hire an on-the-day wedding planner. So you might not need a full wedding planner. You might want to do everything yourself. You might want to find your suppliers. You might want to find your venue, style it, design it, all that yourself. That's absolutely fine, and I completely understand, as most people would want to. But if you don't have time, then obviously you would like to hire a full wedding planner. But my main focus of this video is why you should hire an on-the-day planner. I think it's really important, to be perfectly honest. And you might be thinking, well, why should I even bother hiring an on-the-day planner? I can do this, I'm super organised, I don't need anyone to do it for me. Which in some cases is true. If you've got the patience and the time and you've got all those kind of things, then absolutely you possibly don't need one. Also, if you've booked a venue which has got an on-site planner and events team, then again, you probably don't need to have an on-the-day planner. But if you are doing an DIY, self-catering, dry hire, destination wedding, I highly recommend an on-the-day planner, just because they take the pressure off, they speak the language if it's a destination wedding, they understand how things work in the area, they understand the venues that are there in the area, and if they haven't been to that venue before, they've potentially gone and seen to make sure they do understand it. They just know the questions that you should ask to make sure that things run smoothly, just to really make sure that things go as they should, basically. So you've spent absolutely months, maybe even years planning your ideal wedding, getting everything in line, getting everything in order. You know everything, you know who's attending, you know who the vegetarians are, you know who the gluten-free guests are, you know who's sitting where, you know what time everyone's arriving, you know what time the suppliers are setting up. But who else knows this information? Does anybody else know? In some cases, often no one else does know, and sometimes the bride just has so much information that they forget to tell everybody everything. And that's what an on-the-day planner would be there to kind of tease that information out of you and make sure that they've got all that information instead. And some people also ask a family member or a friend to coordinate these things on the day, which is lovely if someone wants to do that for you, but it means then they don't enjoy the day, because then they're the one that has to know who's where, what's happening, who's setting up. If there's a problem, people are going to come to them. And of course, people are still going to come. I'm still going to go to somebody if there's a problem that's of a scale that needs to be discussed. But generally, you wouldn't know if there was a problem on your wedding day, because it would be dealt with so quickly by myself that you wouldn't even be aware that something went wrong. So you either have the option of being your own coordinator on the day and not relaxing at all and being asked everything if there's anything that needs to be discussed, asking a family friend to do it for you, which again is quite an ask of somebody that potentially has never done it before, or you could hire an on-the-day coordinator. It just takes the pressure off. It means that you can relax and just be at your wedding day and not have to worry about anything or be asked anything. You can just literally sit back, relax, and enjoy your day. And it just means that you don't need to be thinking, what's the next step? What's happening next? Why isn't this happening yet? Because somebody else is doing that for you. I know there's some brides out there that would still be doing that, even if they've got an on-the-day planner. They'll still be thinking, well, why hasn't this been done? Why hasn't that been done? But at least you know that it's going to be done if you've got somebody there doing it for you. Basically, the on-the-day planner is your eyes and ears to make sure that what you envision and what you plan to happens on the day, and it all works out perfectly, and you didn't even need to lift a finger or do anything to make sure it happened on the day. You've done the hard work, you've done the planning, you've organised everything, and you've just handed it all over to make sure that somebody else executes it for you. I think it's hugely important to make sure that you've done this, because you only get married once, and you should be able to relax and enjoy the day and not have to think about what needs to happen when. The package that I offer actually includes the lead up as well, so I'll cover all that boring stuff like confirming suppliers, checking table plans, making sure that all that kind of stuff is done, and making sure that you're organised and making sure that you've got everything, and just making sure that everything has been crossed off the list, just to make sure that logistics are going to work on the day. And I'm also there to make sure everything's tidied up afterwards, as some venues are really specific on what needs to be cleaned and tidied away. I basically think that people should be asking themselves, why shouldn't I have a planner? You should be wanting one just so that you can just relax, rather than thinking about having the anxiety and the thought of what's going to happen and have I forgotten somebody. Do you know what? If you've forgotten somebody, I'll find them a chair, I'll make them a space, and you won't even know that they were forgotten. It's happened before. It has happened that I've had someone that's turned up that wasn't meant to be there, that they didn't return their RSVP, and I just made them a seat, made them a setting, told the kitchen to make another dish, and it was dealt with. There was no need for the bride to be embarrassed or worried about it. It just happened. We've also had people move table plans because a bride's put a husband and wife on separate tables in error because it was like a loose family friend. But it got moved, it got changed, and again, the bride didn't need the embarrassment of having to deal with it herself. And that's what we're there for, is to make sure that just everything runs smoothly, and if there are any hiccups or anything that goes slightly off track, then you don't need to worry about it and deal with it yourself. So as I said, you should now be asking yourself, why shouldn't I be hiring a planner? And if you do want to hire a planner, then just follow the link and have a look on my website and see what's available there. There's different options and different things, and also get in touch if there's something bespoke that you're looking for as well, which we can always help out with. So keep an eye out because there'll be another video next week. But for the meantime, have a great week, and thank you for watching this video.